Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Beltane service here at the Sanctuary, Living Interfaith Sanctuary. My name is Dora Lee. Before we begin, I just want to acknowledge that I'm currently seated on the lands of the Musqueam, the Tsleil-Waututh, and the Squamish nations. I know that many of you are on the lands of other nations, so if you'd like, please feel free to write those nations' names in the chat. And as always, let us remember our connection to our siblings in these nations and let us pray and work towards the day in which we might be together in right relationship. Welcome to the Living Interfaith Sanctuary. Know that the whole of you is welcome. You are not asked to leave who you are in your own home. Please bring who you are into this community today. But what we are asked to remember is that others here today have brought who they are also into this community as well. So all of goodwill are welcome. So now we'll join with Bruce and Cheryl in our opening song.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come. Come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
Thank you. Well, let's begin our time also with song, but also announcements. I'll start off. We have a few to share from our email that you all get, but I'll just read them out here as well, just to remind our brains. And sometimes it's good to have the refresher of what's happening in the world around us. First of all, I'll just remind everyone that Rachel and I are continuing to offer the Circle of Sanctuary on alternating Saturdays. The next one will be this next Saturday, April 25th. It's a time of community, of contemplation, a time of building more between us as community members. It's been wonderful. We've had small turnouts each week, but it's been really great, the kind of conversations we get into, and also that time we take 20 minutes of contemplation, which I don't know about you guys, but I really need in my life a little break every now and then to have that inner reflective time. So please join us. Rachel will be leading the next one on the 25th of September, or of April. And it's just through our regular Zoom link when you go to our website. So Saturday, April 25th. So another thing coming up, a personal preparedness fair happening in Surrey on May the 2nd. This sounds incredible. They follow the link in the email. There's a QR code to scan. But they're going to be do financial planning, emergency preparedness planning with the fire department, conversations around Alzheimer's and dementia planning, artificial intelligence, estate and will planning, conflict stress management, retirement, sewing, gardening, food, cardio, self-defense, so many different things happening at this fair. It sounds like an incredible program for the day on May the 2nd. So check out our email for more details on that one. There's no email or no specific link except a QR code that you have to scan to find out more. So also coming up on the 13th of May, the Multi-Faith Action Society is having their annual general meeting. They invite all membership and community members who may have some interest in supporting multi-faith action and programming in the city or in the Lower Mainland. So on the Wednesday, May 13th, they're having at 5:30, 6:30 minute music and dinner, followed by the AGM at the Vancouver Unitarian Church. So mark your calendars. Special guest is Dr. Balbir Gurm, who will be speaking on relationship violence as a public health pandemic. How multi-faith networks can lead prevention, safety, and healing. There's going to be also music by Jeff Marcel and a kosher dinner. So the link as well, I can grab it here and put it into the chat. And I think that's it for me, but any other announcements? I'll just drop the link to the chat or to the AGM in the chat if anybody wants to. But anybody other announcements from our community? What's happening? Anybody have anything else they want to share? Okay, there being none, I'm going to start with our time together here and open our hearts with prayer this morning on this Beltane celebration. So let's turn our hearts in prayer. This is the Beltane prayer from the Carmina Gadelica. Bless, O threefold, true and bountiful, myself, my spouse, my children. Bless everything within my dwelling and in my possession. Bless the kine and crops, the flocks and corn, from Beltane eve to Samhain eve, with goodly progress and gentle blessing, from sea to sea and every river mouth, from wave to wave and base of waterfall. Be the maiden, mother, and crone, taking possession of all to me belonging. Be the horned god, the wild spirit of the forest. Protect me in truth and honor. Satisfy my soul and shield my loved ones. Blessing everything and everyone, all my land and my surroundings. Great gods who create and bring life to all, I ask for your blessing on this day of fire. And on this day of fire, lighting our morning candle together, I offer this candle lighting prayer called the Beltane Fires. As April leaves us like a lamb, May comes dancing in, the sunlight glowing up the sky, and celebrations can begin. Come see the daylight as it bursts upon the rocky shore, and we can light the Beltane fires, and winter is no more. With oak and ash and willow, rowan and holly too, the 9 woods of the Beltane will perform their task for you. Hawthorn, hazel, alder, join, and birch with silver bark. So now the ritual fires can guide new life from winter's dark. Come, spirits of the forest, dance within the smoke and sing. Of our Beltane fire we light for you, and fertility you bring. Now, I'll take this moment, please unmute yourselves, and let's greet one another with a sign of peace. Peace, everyone. My blessings of the Beltane season with you.
Peace, everyone.
Peace,
Peace be
everyone.
with you.
Peace, friends.
Peace, everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
Peace be with you.
Thank you, everyone. All right, let's mute ourselves again. Turn it over to Bruce and Cheryl for our next song.
Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I hear your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears.
Thank you for that beautiful song. So moving. Thank you, Bruce and Cheryl. Oh, all right, friends. Next, we're going to share in our joint affirmation. Got it here together so we can all read it. So let's read along together if you'd like. We come together in peace. We sing together in joy and with love. We worship together in one house, a house with names beyond number. Our paths are many, our beliefs are as leaves, and the tree that we cleave to is nourished by the light of compassion, justice, and mutual respect. May our lives, our beliefs, and our actions help to bring about the world of love we all seek, and let it begin here. Thank you. So we're going to just take a few moments here now to settle in for a little bit of a guided meditation, just to settle our bodies and our breath together. And then I'm going to invite everyone just in their own homes and in their own ways we're going to offer our prayers for whatever it is that our hearts may be called to on this morning. There's so many things in this world that, in our personal lives, I'm sure as well, in our communities that our prayers may find their way to, I hope. So let's just begin by settling our bodies. Let's just find ourselves however we're sitting, just feel the weight of your body, whether that's a little wiggle or a shift, but just notice, here I am coming home to myself in this breath, in this presence, with this community. We're all doing this together, and right now our hearts are moving with intention. Our minds are gathering back inward. And let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Next inhale, draw a big breath in, filling up your chest as much as feels good to you. And releasing, softening and letting it go. Another deep breath in, filling up your belly, making room across your body, and letting it go. Let's do one more. Deep breath in, filling up down into your low belly where you're sitting into. Filling up your whole chest, holding it at the top, and then letting it go. Just feeling now that shift once we've taken those breaths, filled our lungs. Just settling now into a breath that comes soft as your body's rhythm of in and out. When you're settled, you're tending. So opening our hearts in this moment, in our minds. Just feeling the connection to life that courses through our body, that courses through everything that is within reach of us, spreading out from our room to our homes, to the space around us. Just feeling a sense of tendrils of connection outward to your community, to the area and the lands beyond where you are. Let it stretch along to ancestral places, to places of kin. Let your sense of connection spread beyond to those that are kindred, the human family, that are kindred in the natural world, from the micro to the massive, from the mycelial to the great redwoods, to the mountains, the throbbing oceans, this beautiful and holy planet that we sit upon. Just feeling your sense of connection to that right now. As we breathe the air that belongs to this planet, the planet has breathed forever and ever. And now opening our hearts in prayer. Turn your spirit to whatever it is and whatever words you use. Let us pray for it is what is weighing on your heart this morning. Thank you, friends. May it be so. Now, I'll turn it over to Bruce and Cheryl for another song.
Oh, she will bring the buds in the spring and laugh among the flowers. In summer's heat, her kisses are sweet. She sings in leafy bowers. She cuts the cane and gathers the grain when leaves of fall surround her. Her bones grow old and winter be cold. She wraps her cloak around her. Oh, she will bring the buds in the spring and laugh among the flowers. In summer's heat, her kisses are sweet. She sings in leafy bowers. She cuts the cane and gathers the grain when leaves of fall surround her. Her bones grow old and winter be cold. She wraps her cloak around her. La 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 la. La 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 Oh, she will bring the buds in the spring and laugh among the flowers. In summer's heat, her kisses are sweet. She rings in leafy bowers. She cuts the cane and gathers the grain. Leaves of fall surround her. Her bones grow old and winter be cold. She wraps her cloak around her. Oh, she will bring the buds in the spring, laugh among the flowers. In summer's heat, her kisses are sweet. She sings in leafy bowers. She cuts the cane and gathers the grain. The leaves of green leaves around her. Her bones grow old and winter be cold. She wraps her cloak around her. La 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 la. La 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 la
Beautiful. Thank you. That was great. All right. Well, this is the time usually we would pass around the old basket, but actually we have an announcement today this year around our fundraising efforts for our lovely little organization, the Sanctuary here. We are beginning today the launch of our 2006 stewardship campaign, calling it Planting the Seeds of Hope. Your sanctuary here is planting seeds for the future, and we're calling out for this in the stewardship campaign. We're hoping to raise around $10,000 to go towards our annual budget, but also some really great interfaith initiatives that Rachel and I have been working on developing. So, in addition to our regular services and our Circle of Sanctuary, we have plans in the works for a multi-day workshop featuring Indigenous knowledge to learn about, to grieve, and to take action for old growth forests in BC and beyond. This is a project that emerges out of our involvement with the Mother Tree Local Leaders Program through the Sierra Club that Rachel and I took part of in the fall, and that Samir and Kathy are part of right now, the current cohort. But this project that Rachel and I are developing, that'll be coming up soon, so watch the newsletters for that. But that's linked to, but is part of the initiatives that we're looking forward to bringing in the new year. And so this stewardship campaign, no contribution is too small. All donations are welcome. And we're just hoping to continue to move forward with a great program when we can offer. Here is a link in the chat for our donation for the Planting the Seeds of Hope. I know that many of you here donate regularly, and we're very grateful for that. But that Zephy link there you can sign up there if you don't donate and you'd like to. You can sign up as a regular monthly contributor. Even a tiny amount, every little seed helps plant the garden of our joy and our connection that we have together. So that's that. So thank you, everyone. You'll probably be seeing a couple, not too many, but a couple little emails coming from us about our stewardship campaign and updates about that in the coming weeks. So we're launching it today. We're very excited. So, okay, I'll turn it over to Bruce and Cheryl for our song that goes along with our fundraising and our joyful sharing. Thank you.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and with this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
Thank you. I love harmonizing in my home to that one. That's my favorite song to harmonize along with. We sound great, everyone. Thank you. All right. All right. Now it's my joy and my honor to welcome Lady Mary Malinski. She's the Archpriestess of the Aquarian Tabernacle Church of Canada and third degree priestess in the ATC tradition. Mary is the High Priestess and founder of the Circle of the Sacred Muse, ATCC, a life coach and Reiki master, teacher at Walks Within. She's also full faculty at Woolston-Steen Theological Seminary. We're very excited to have you here, Lady Mary. Thank you so much. And I'm going to turn it over to you to share today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorlee. I am very honored to be here to talk to you about Beltane. Beltane is a favorite festival for a lot of Wiccans and pagans. In Wicca, it is one of the 8 Sabbats, so one of the 8 great solar festivals of the year. We often think of the solstices and the equinoxes as, big deals, right? Astrologically, energetically, they are big deals. But it was the cross-quarter days that are considered to be the greater Sabbats. They are the greater festivals. So they are the midpoints in between. And Beltane is one of those in between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. So quite often it is celebrated May 1st, beginning of May. Astrologically, though, it is when the sun is at 15 degrees Taurus, which is around May 5th. So you'll see some people celebrating anywhere around this time. For our group, because we also do full moon rituals, and the full moon happens to fall right close to May 1st, we are doing our Beltane celebration next week on the 26th. So we are in the energy of Beltane as we move through this calendar. So, and Beltane, it is a celebration of life and fertility, as because it is a solar festival, it is following the cycles of the sun. It is also a fire festival. You'll find that fire features prominently at most of the Sabbath celebrations throughout the year because of the solar connection. So one of the things that was often done at Beltane to bless the cattle and bless the fields and bring fertility to all aspects of life was to jump the balefire, or to drive cattle between two fires as a purification and a blessing. So fire is a big deal at this time of year. May The month of May, the name of May comes from the goddess Maya, who was originally a Greek mountain nymph, said to be the mother of Hermes, god of magic. So this is a magical time of year. And because it falls opposite of Samhain or Halloween in the calendar, it is known as a time when the veils are thin. So Samhain is a time when the veils between the worlds of this world, the living and the dead, are thin. Beltane is a time when the veil between this world and the land of the fairies are thin. So be careful around Beltane of stepping into a fairy circle of mushrooms, or, if any of you are Outlander fans, watch those standing stones. Because you might just be transported to another time or place. So it is a festival of flowers. And as Dorley was talking about at the beginning of the meeting today, flowers are growing prominently on the West Coast here, but also, in many places of the world. Spring is well and truly in bloom. They say April showers bring May flowers. So this is the time of celebrating the flowers. And so you can see behind me, I'll just turn my shutter off for a moment. So this is actually the Chalice Well in Glastonbury. This is a photograph that I took last year. I had the honor of being present at Glastonbury on the Chalice Well grounds at Beltane. So this is the Chalice Well in Glastonbury, all decorated, ready to celebrate Beltane. And you can see lots of flowers and some offerings of apples or fruit, which are often connected with fertility. Fertility is a huge part of this festival. Wicca and paganism is very sex positive. So this is a time of wanting the fertility of the earth, fertility of the body, fertility of everything in our lives, right? This is the time where seeds have been planted and we want things to grow, and we want to make sure that we have plenty of crops to bring in for harvest. So one of the traditions was to bless the fields. A May King and a May Queen would be chosen to ensure the fertility of the land. Some of it was the May Queen was celebrated for her beauty or other things. The May King often was chosen through his prowess in sports and games. Actually, when I was at Glastonbury last year, I got to witness the sacred marriage. So the passing of the torch from the May King and Queen from the previous year to the May King and Queen of the current year. They had a whole ceremony where they took a maypole and they paraded it through the town, and the newly crowned May King and Queen were handfast before dancing the maypole. So beautiful tradition to ensure the abundance of the community. And it just so happens, I have been kind of following along from last year, but the May King and Queen from 2024, as well as the May King and Queen from 2025, were both blessed with abundance from their Beltane hand fasting and have had children that came from that union, which is, I think, beautiful. In ancient times, Beltane was as that fertility festival. It was often a time where um, people would give in to their sexual desires and urges and take partners that maybe were outside of wedlock or outside of their regular partnership. Um, Again, perhaps they had been married for a long time, but had not yet conceived a child. So it was acceptable to take a different partner to conceive a child to continue the line. And it was thought that children that were conceived at Beltane were the children of the gods, god and goddess. And so they were blessed, they were extra blessed and welcomed and raised by the community and not necessarily shunned as, oh no, out of wedlock children. Um, so it was a time to go into the green and celebrate in your own way. So I'm just looking at my notes. So the it was not actually common, though, for folks to get married or actually hand fast at Beltane. It was seen as the sacred marriage, the marriage of the god and goddess. And so it was not, people didn't want to presume or step on the toes of deities. So a lot of hand fastings and celebrations actually happened at Lunasa, which is around August 1st. That was a traditional time for hand fastings. So the Greenwood marriages were the, outside of the unions outside of actual marriage, but we didn't want to step on the god and goddesses day or month or celebration. And even in the folklore still exists of Mary in the month of May, surely you will rue the day. So it is considered to be a less lucky time to actually get married. So one of the other big symbols of, or big traditions, besides jumping the balefire to ensure fertility of body, of lands, of the community, was dancing the maypole. Again, this is a very fertility coded symbol. We have the very phallic pole that is planted in the earth and crowned with flowers, and we circle it and decorate it with ribbons. Let's see if I can just see if this will do. So this is the dancing of the maypole at Glastonbury on the Chelleswell grounds that happened last year. So you can see the traditional colors for the maypole ribbons are red and white, and these represent God and goddess, beginning and ending. They are colors of fertility, of purity, and of course, the blood that represents the fertility. So, some say that the white ribbons are for death and the red for the blood of life. Like I said, white often represents purity, the virgin goddess, red for the sun god, white for the maiden, transitioning into red for the mother. So there's lots of different ways that you can look at the symbolism of the red and white ribbons. Typically, you want to make sure that you have both men and women who are dancing the maypole, and you go in different directions and weave in and out to to decorate the pole. I have a quote from Janet and Stuart Farah from the Witch's Bible. Beltane was a time of unashamed human sexuality and fertility, right? And even seemingly innocent children's nursery rhymes, Ride a Cock Horse to Banbury Cross, retain the memories of that fertility and to see a fine lady on a white horse. So the May King often is portrayed as the green man, the Jack in the Green. And I definitely saw that tradition celebrated in Glastonbury last year. So it was the green men and the May King was accompanied by his green men, and they were the ones that carried the maypole through the town for all the blessings. And the May Queen was accompanied by her court of other maidens. Yeah, so definitely you can see in a lot of the symbolism, the vibrance, the celebration of life, the emphasis on balance and polarity. So in traditional Beltane ceremonies, gender was a huge part of it. We had the men separated and the women, and it was the men who would lift the pole and the women who would encourage and receive the pole into the ground, right? Now in modern paganism, as we recognize that gender and sexuality are spectrums and not necessarily, binaries, we recognize and allow for people to choose whether they aside with the masculine or the feminine, or as we have started to use in our tradition more the projective and the receptive, because that talks more about the energy, right? We have projective energy that is out in the world, that is the fertilizing force. We have the active force, and we have the receptive energy that nurtures and receives that energy and brings forth new life. And so no matter what your gender identity or your sexuality, we all have those projective and receptive energies inside of us, and we can choose which one we resonate more strongly with. And I really love that, we're starting to move beyond that idea of binary, because I know that for some trans folks, for some non-hetero individuals, that Beltane can be a very sensitive time with its focus on fertility and traditionally those gender roles. So we work really hard to be more inclusive and recognize that this is a celebration for everyone and not just traditional male and female individuals. Yeah. So other activities that are common at Beltane besides the maypole and jumping the balefire are wearing flower crowns, right? Weaving flower crowns from fresh flowers preferably, but silk flowers are also acceptable. Oh, I don't have mine in here. I have one from our recent celebration of Spring Mysteries, a flower crown, but it's traditional to wear flower crowns, both for men and women. So everyone gets to wear flowers at this time of year. And giving made baskets. So I remember vividly when I was younger, even though I was raised in a Lutheran household, one of the things that we would often do at May was we would weave little baskets out of paper, or we would take like the strawberry baskets and weave ribbons through it to decorate a little basket. And we would pick flowers and leave it on our neighbors or friends' doorstep and knock on the door and run away. And so we would give May baskets of flowers. So that is a tradition at this time to share abundance with other people in your community and the beauty of those flowers, right? It's a time where we feel vibrantly our connection to the living, growing earth. I was saying earlier that for me, one of the anchors that spring is really truly here, aside from hearing the frogs, hearing frogs start to croak is also very dear to me, that I know, okay, all is well. The frogs are singing, life has returned, all is well. But another thing is to smell the cottonwoods and the scent, like the balm of Gilead scent, right? That the cottonwood buds are used for. To me, that is just the embodiment of spring, and I feel vibrant and alive when I smell that very rich perfume. Beltane is a time of being playful. You see Morris dancers are traditional at this time. I didn't go watch them, but the Morris dancers climbed the Tor at Glastonbury to welcome the sunrise. I was not ready to climb the Tor at that hour of the morning because it is a very big hill. But it is a time to be social, to be fully embodied, to express yourself however you see fit. And I mean, you can see how many people are in the crowd here, and many of them are wearing flower crowns or are dressed up to celebrate. So in the village, there was lots of dancing, there was singing, there was feasting. The whole community and people from all over were gathered both at the Chalice Well and at the town square. I did get to see some Morris dancers and participate a little bit with Morris dancers in the town square. Yeah, and it's a time to just go and be in nature. It's a great time to get outdoors, go for walks, and just observe the trees as the buds are coming forth, to listen to the birds sing, to feel our connection and our oneness with the modern world. So at our celebrations today, we still quite often will dance a maypole. We actually are going to be doing a maypole next week at our celebration. I have my red and white ribbons here that I have to cut up and get ready for our dance. We probably will also have our little cauldron fire ready for people to jump for and ask for blessings of fertility for whatever aspect of their life that they may choose. And it's a time to reflect on what is blooming in your life. Where are you being called to step into vitality and joy? Where are you ready to embrace your fullness or nurture your life into its fullness? Right? And this can be, through welcoming a family member into your life, expanding your family, growing your family in whatever way. I know some of you talked about welcoming parents back into your homes and lives. This can be through welcoming children. This can be through forming a greater bond or connection with your community and doing some kind of outreach work. It can also be through creativity. This is a time to let those creative juices really get flowing. And what can you give birth to as a creative project at this time of year? The energy is vibrant. So if you have had something that you've been thinking about doing for a long time, now is the time to get into it, get into action on that, because the the energy of the sun is with you to make that grow and expand. Yeah. So in closing, Beltane reminds us that life is meant to be lived fully, joyfully, and in connection with the land, with each other, and with our shell selves. So, yeah.
Thank,
Anybody have any questions?
thank, thank you, Lady Mary. So grateful for your sharing. If we can hold the questions just for a few minutes, friends, we have one more song and I'll do a final prayer and then we can close the service and then we'll have some questions. If you can stay around for a few minutes, is that okay? Wonderful. Thank you. That was wonderful. Feeling very inspired. Okay, I'll turn it over to Bruce and Cheryl for our final song and then we'll close with a prayer.
Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. We will kindle the fire, dance the magic circle around. We will kindle the fire, we will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. We will kindle the fire, dance the magic circle round. We will kindle the fire, we will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. We will kindle the fire, dance the magic circle round. We will kindle the fire, we will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. We will kindle the fire, dance the magic circle round. We will kindle the fire, we will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. Spirits of fire, come to us, we will kindle the fire. We will kindle the fire, dance the magic circle round. We will kindle the fire, we will kindle the fire.
We will kindle the fire. Thank you. Well, friends, in our final closing, may the blessings of the Spirit pour forth upon you. May you feel the rising of energy, the fertility, and the blessings of this time of light and bounty. May it flow through your life and draw forth from you the creative, the potential, the joyful, the service, the energy that you need to bring to this world right now. Thank you, friends. May it be so.